A 7-year-old North Dakota boy is being treated in a Twin Cities burn unit after a house fire in the Southern Valley. KFGO News is reporting the fire was reported around 9 Sunday morning in Gwinner, which is in Sargent County.
Sheriff Travis Paper says the child's grandmother suffered burns and frostbite on her feet. 4 family pets died in the fire that destroyed the home. Officials believe that fire started near a space heater. It's a situation that no one wants to be in when temperatures dip below zero like this morning, but people in Moorhead, they might be without power again today.
The Valley Today's Brian Sherrod joins us live with an update this morning. Good morning, Brian.
And good morning, Jordan. Lisa, the best part about it is that we actually know about the power outage, and it's not like yesterday where people's electricity was out and they just knew nothing about it. So that was 9,800 people that was impacted, and they could be seeing that same amount today between the times of right now and up until 10 this morning. So take a look on your screen, and they're going to show you the impacted areas of this coverage map. Now, each section will see an impact every 30 minutes. Now, for this next one, the temporary outages help protect the grid from longer, more sustained outages. Moorhead Public Service is part of the Southwest Power Pool that's asking people to conserve. So for you to do your part with reducing your power outage, here are a couple ideas to help. Close all doors to bedrooms and bathrooms. If you have an interior room, have everyone congregate there. Get out extra blankets and put on extra layers of clothes. To protect your pipes, turn on a slow drip on your faucets and open up your cupboard doors. That way, whatever heat is there, it will help your pipes keep from freezing. Now, keep your freezer and refrigerator closed. Have some food on hand that doesn't need to be refrigerated. If the cold is extreme, go to a community location with power and check on your neighbors if you can. Delay your dish and clothes washers, turn down the heat where you can, and shut off lights that's not being used. Now, Xcel Energy in North Dakota, Cass County Electric, and Minn Kota Power are saying for themselves that they will not be impacted by these blackouts that we just mentioned right here in Moorhead.
Brian Sherrod reporting live. Thank you for that update.
It's now 6:53, on this Wednesday morning. We want to get a check of that forecast, and already this morning, Lisa, slowly those temperatures have been rising a bit.
That's right. Good morning. It's a big difference here today, and we started that rise over the last couple of days, slowly inching our way out of that sub-zero range. And I just want to remind you about that cold streak we've been talking about. We spent many days consecutively at or below zero. Fargo just broke that streak yesterday. We had a total of 10 days. That's the 4th longest on record that we've spent below zero or at or below zero for that period of time. Grand Forks and at the airport and at the National Weather Service office, both 9 days, broke that record or broke that streak a couple of days ago. And depending on any location, in the top 10 for those areas too. So it's been significantly cold here for a long period of time. So it's just so nice to see these numbers starting to come up. And this morning we're at 3 below right now in Fargo. Still frigid, still not a good morning to lose power, that's for sure. And you definitely want to make sure you're bundling up as you're stepping out the door, but it won't be as tough in a lot of these places. 9 below in Grand Forks as well. The exception is up in the Lake of the Woods area where we haven't had the clouds move in. Temperatures there are still very low at 29 below in Roseau and in Baudette right now, also Bemidji on the low end too. And so we haven't had that insulating factor from the clouds like we do elsewhere. But factor in that wind chill, and we're right with those folks too. We have wind chills that are in the 20s and 30s below in Langdon at 30 below right now. Visibility is down a bit in some spots. We're at 4 in Gwinner, 6 in Valley City, 5 in Fergus Falls. Those are areas dealing with some light snow. And I just want to give you a heads up here that our main radar site in Mayville, I marked it with a red pointer there in the heart of the valley, that's down for maintenance for the next couple of weeks. They're doing an upgrade there, a scheduled and necessary one. But that means we're going to have to rely on other radar sites, and there may be some weak spots where we don't pick up the snow as well. So we're relying on your reports and other tools to let you know. But just want to give you a heads up, if it's snowing where you are and you don't see it on the radar, that's likely why. Now here's a look at your conditions right now. You can see the snow in the south, and this is going to continue to impact us through the day today. Look at Verona. We've got some snow working its way through along and coating some of those roads on Highway 13 there. And anywhere in purple on the map in North Dakota, we've had a little bit of snow coat those roads all the way up toward the New Rockford region. So be careful. You can check those road reports at valleynewslive.com and on our VNL First Alert weather app as well. And a look at your school day planner. Expect to bundle up still for heading to the bus stop and home as well, even though those temperatures will rise above zero. 6 in Fargo.
gym will recess will be in the gym once again today, probably.
Yeah, still
Poor
pretty
kids.
cold out there, but better than we have been, and
Yes.
we're on the right trend. Lisa, thank you this morning. The City of Fargo's mask mandate is set to expire tomorrow, and today city leaders are holding a special meeting to discuss whether that mandate will stay or go. One downtown Fargo business owner says the mandate has been a saving grace for her shop by bringing in more customers and a safer environment.
She hopes the mandate sticks around a little while longer, but others in the valley say they're ready for it to be over.
It shouldn't be on a private business to determine community-wide health and safety during a pandemic.
I want it to end. I mean, we've been wearing them for too long now. I mean, I have asthma, so it's kind of hard for me to wear them. I can barely breathe.
Morgan says, the owner of Unglued, if the mandate does expire, her mask policy will still stay in place. A former assistant track and cross-country coach for Oak Grove Lutheran School is now facing charges of sex crimes against children. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children got a tip from Twitter in mid-January after 2 pictures were uploaded on its servers by the user @YouthfulSpirit4.
Authorities say 33-year-old Daniel Stoa admitted that's his account. They searched his home and arrested him on Friday. The president of Oak Grove Lutheran School says Stoa is no longer employed by the school and is also now barred from the premises. He also says so far the investigation does not indicate any connection to the school or its students. There are new details in a case of sexual assault in Stutsman County. Authorities say a 15-year-old girl was walking near the Buffalo Motel in Jamestown last week when she was approached by 23-year-old Samuel Mittleider. The victim does know him and told police Mittleider took her to a motel room and raped her.
She called her boyfriend to come pick her up, but say that Mittleider had a gun and a knife and would not let him in the room. Officers found Mittleider later that night. He is now charged with kidnapping and rape. Fargo police have identified the driver of a car that crashed and led to the death of a passenger.
They say 19-year-old Elijah Vistens was driving the car that crashed Saturday morning in North Fargo. 21-year-old Isaiah Johnson died of injuries after being thrown from the vehicle. Owners of Twin Cities businesses that were raided and burned during the violent protests over the death of George Floyd are now appealing to state lawmakers for help with rebuilding.
Several store owners told members of the House Capital Investment Committee yesterday about the need for a proposed $300 million borrowing package. Some Republicans, though, they're leery of the amount of borrowing and they're opposed to a proposal that would have the cities manage that money. North Dakota's House decisively shot down a bill that would have raised the state's minimum wage for the first time in more than 10 years.
The bill would have brought the minimum wage up from $7.25 an hour to $9 an hour by August, and then progressively up to $15 an hour by 2027.
I think that our workers in our state are worth more than living at poverty. A family of 4 needs to earn $25,000. They're not going to do that on a minimum wage.
Some House members say the free markets are working, and they point to many larger companies raising their own starting wages.
Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Here's today's question. When it comes to our phones, 70% of us are doing this more than ever.
The answer is not taking calls from unknown numbers. I bet we all do that. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. You can join us live on the Fargo CW.